baby, like, ooh, it's all another flower lay. The sun goes around the state. Can't wait for the long day. 'Cause baby, like, ooh, it's all another flower lay. The sun goes around the state. Can't wait for the long day.
In the sun when I found you, the one you call. You got what I need and you always be turning my sky blue. But maybe I can't get to you. Why don't you come to stay?
'Cause baby, like, ooh, it's all another flower lay. The sun goes around the state. Can't wait for the long day. 'Cause baby, like, ooh, it's all another flower lay. The sun goes around the state. Can't wait for the long day. Go and open the door. And I've been waiting so long.
There we go. All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Katie, and I'm a third grade teacher in the state of Florida. I know you can't tell because I'm wearing a beanie. Who wears beanies in Florida? We'll touch on that later, but you are here for a day in my teacher life. All right, first, let's address the elephant in the room that I'm about to take off my head because my head is getting hot. The beanie. It is freezing cold here in Florida. If you are watching this from another part of the country or of the world, this is currently the week that I know you guys in other states are having snow days because it's freezing cold and you guys have gotten a ton of snow. Well, here in Florida, we do not have a ton of snow, but it did drop like yesterday morning. I think it was feels like 16 degrees here. And for us Floridians, that's really cold. We were like, oh my gosh. And so I've had my beanie on. And also, if you didn't know, hallways in Florida are outdoors, or at least in my school. A lot of schools in Florida, not all schools in Florida, but a lot of schools in Florida have outdoor hallways. And so here we are. And so it gets really cold when we go outside. So that's why I have my beanie and I'm all decked out. And I'm even drinking a warm coffee. What? I drank one yesterday because it was like really cold. Today is still like 20 something degrees, but it's not quite as cold. But a warm coffee is not like me at all. I'm always team iced coffee, but we have this really yummy like Southern pecan coffee blend that tastes like really good. And I just added like a hint of creamer, just so like a little drop. And well, maybe not a little drop, but that's not like super light. So anyways, I'm proud of myself for drinking something different. Okay, I'm pulling up slides on the board and I am going to get started and like tell you all about what I'm doing today going into tomorrow. But first, I wanted to thank today's video sponsor, which is 99 Math. I was so thrilled when 99 Math reached out to me to do a collaboration because this is a tool that I have used in my classroom and I even shared about it in vlogs last school year. I haven't started using it this school year and I was already planning to like start to use it to build my kiddos' fact fluency for multiplication. So when they reached out for this collaboration, I was like, this is literally perfect timing. So 99 Math is a fun website that has a free version for teachers that you can create an account and make a class, and your students have the opportunity to do group activities or individual practice or even practice at home with a variety of different math skills. The skills that I've seen it used for the most are your basic fact fluency things like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, but they have lots of other skills like time and money and equations, fractions even, all kinds of things for your students to practice. And you can assign like time challenges. So for what I've been doing this week is I'm giving them 2 minutes to answer as many times tables questions in one times table. So this week we're doing times twos. Or you could say, okay, I need you to answer 30 questions and they have however much time they need. So that's really cool that there's so many different ways to do it and the students are so into it and so engaged. We set up our 99 Math accounts last Friday because I could get all the students together, help everybody make their account, and get in with our class code. And I set it up because I wanted to start using it this week on Tuesday, because we didn't start on Monday, it was Martin Luther King Day, but on Tuesday. So every beginning of the week, for the next 9 weeks, my kids are going to be focusing on one specific times table at a time to help build their fluency. So as I mentioned, we're working on our times twos this week. 99 Math also has some resources on Teachers Pay Teachers. This is like a tracking chart that I found that's free to use. And I'm so excited to use this with my students too, because I want them to record and see their progress on their times two facts. So we did the first one and I gave them an assignment that was times twos on the board. And then this week I'm challenging them to practice their times two facts. Times twos are pretty easy, so we're starting with an easy one. To see, we recorded what their score was and what their accuracy was when we did it on Tuesday. So their goal is to beat their score on Friday. And if they beat their score, I might give them a piece of candy or something, because that'll be like, woohoo, so motivating. And then there's also like a section for them to fill out how did their progress make them feel, which is great. But another thing I'm really excited for about 99 Math is there's also an option for the kids to work on assignments at home. So today's Thursday, and on Thursdays I always pack up my students' Friday folders. That way they're ready to take them home tomorrow on Friday. And I'm including in all of their Friday folders a letter that gives their parents information to log them into 99 Math at home. So if they want to continue to practice those math facts at home, I can send assignments to them to do at home to continue to reinforce what we're doing in school. It's also very engaging because they have like an avatar and a character that they're building, and there's some features on 99 Math that don't unlock until after school hours. So there are some things that they can't get for their avatar unless they're working on things at home. And my students have seen that because there's a lock and they're like, what? I can't do this till after 3 p.m. I was like, that's something that you'd have to do if you practiced at home. Now, since I just introduced the whole thing on Tuesday, I haven't sent the Home Connect letters home with this group of kiddos yet, but I have them ready to go and I can't wait to show them today and get those in their Friday folders because I think they're gonna be really excited to sign up. It's also gonna be a great resource for me to tell parents if they're like, what can I do to help build this fact fluency? You can say, look at that purple Home Connect letter that I'm sending home and get them onto 99 Math. It's an easy way to practice. And we're also making flashcards and doing other kinds of things to study as well. The last thing I'm going to share, because I just think it's incredible, is the data that 99 Math gives you. I can click on that assignment that my students did on Tuesday. I can see their score and their accuracy percentage, but I can also see which facts they missed. So I can click on a specific student and it will tell me this student continuously missed or missed twice, 2 times 9 equals 18. Or I can see which ones they took a little bit longer on. I mean, that is great data, great information. And so after we do it on Friday, if somebody's still struggling on something, I'm gonna be like, hey, and I can reach out to their parent, and I can even email their parent this Home Connect letter and say, hey, this would be a great way for you to practice these facts that they're struggling with. So I will have a link to 99 Math below in the description box. If you've never heard of it before, you can click that link and explore and check it out and get your class signed up. And again, thank you so much to 99 Math for sponsoring this portion of today's video. So let's jump into what we're doing. First off, that is what we're doing in math this week. We're working on our times twos. Today in math, we're still working on multiplying by multiples of 10, but today we're going to transition into multiples of 100. Wow. So my students have done pretty good with the multiples of 10. Not too bad. I've been pulling intervention groups for the kiddos who can't conceptually see that 24 tens is the same thing as 240. That's a place value issue. And we did place value in August, but we're still working on it. So I'm pulling a lot of intervention groups, but that's okay. And I'm looking through my slides right now. I'm actually I have my intern, she's gonna be arriving in a little bit, and she's gonna swap with my partner teacher because we did that yesterday, and my partner teacher has an intern. So they swapped for reading yesterday to watch the other teacher teach reading, and today they're swapping for math. So I really do need to go through my slides, and I've been through them and I made the slides with an assistance from Go Math, their Go Math slides, and then I adjusted them and kept what I wanted and deleted what I didn't. But I'm gonna spend some time going over them and making sure I remember exactly how I wanted to teach it with the slides. Then during my planning today, I have a data meeting. So we're gonna sit down and look at my students' FAST scores and talk about how they progressed and what we can do to help them progress even further before our last FAST test in May. And that's with my admin team, and I'm really excited. It's been rescheduled twice because of weather and meetings running over, so I'm excited to meet about it. I was a little nervous at first. I scheduled the meeting, they offered, and I was like, yeah, I want to sit and I want to look at the data. If you teach a grade that's state tested. Like, this is my first year. Last year I taught 3rd grade and it was state tested, but because it was the first year the state did the test, it was kind of like, okay, this is just a trial run. It's not a trial run anymore. And so there's a lot of pressure for teachers who teach in state testing grades, because especially 3rd grade, because you really want them to pass to go on. It's like a critical year. So we're going to look and see what can we do to get my students where they need to be, just a little above and beyond. And I think that's going to be good. Then when we come back, we're going to have our reading tests. We have been working really hard. And if you watched my last vlog, if not, you should go watch it because it was super detailed. But we've been working really hard on writing summaries. Sorry, my tripod is all over the place. There we go. On writing summaries in reading. And we started by reading Sweet Clara and the Freedom Quilt and wrote a summary on that. Then we had our weekly text that's on the Titanic. I think I've shared some of that over my Instagram, and I had some people who teach the same curriculum as me reach out to me asking me about it. So then we read our Titanic story and we did the Somebody Wanted But So Then summary outline. And then yesterday we did our selection quiz on the Titanic story and our vocabulary, and we did a cold read. So we just did a practice passage, and I actually haven't graded those. I have so much grading to do today. But today is the day we take the test, so I'm gonna have more grading by the end of the day. But the tests are getting different today because there are now, we used to just have 1 story on the test, and now we have 2 because we decided as a team we need to build our kiddos' stamina. Like, we need them to be able to read multiple stories because the FAST has like 5 or 6 or 7 stories. Some of them are shorter poems, but so we're putting 2 stories on the test, so fingers crossed, we will see how that goes. It could either be great or it could be like way too much, but we've done 1 story on the test for the whole first 9 weeks. So all we're doing is adding an extra passage with a few questions. So, I mean, there's not any way we could be more gradual than what we're doing right now. So anyways, that's what reading's gonna look like. And then during their tech time, they'll be working on Lexia today, and I hope to get their reading fluencies finished. And then we'll have recess, and then we'll have science. Science, we've been learning about energy. And so today, especially since it's a testing day, I think this will be perfect. We're going to take our clipboards back out to the playground, even though we will have just come back inside. And we're gonna review the types of energy, and then they're gonna go outside with a partner and find some examples and draw pictures of examples of potential, kinetic, and then light and heat energy that we find out on the playground. So just like a fun little scavenger hunt we can do to finish off that lesson in science. Whew. And then after school, I'm just gonna be like grading and getting stuff done. Like grading those tests and the cold reads, and they turn in their weekly work today. And that's it. That's all I got going. So I'm gonna sit down and really pour over this math and let you guys go. And I'll pick you guys back up probably at the very end of the day and let you know how the day went.
Maybe
just do like minus half a point, add a little more detail or something.
The sun goes around the state. Can't wait for the long day. 'Cause baby, like, ooh, it's all another flower lay. The sun goes around the state. Can't wait for the long day.
All right, you guys, I just walked inside. I'm home. It's 5:45. Today was insane. And I was sitting there in the afternoon, I was like grading, and I had to think to myself, I'm like, why do I still have, sorry, I'm gonna be walking in and out of the lights, but I was like, why do I still have so much to do? What have I been doing all day? And then I like remembered I had a meeting during my planning. So I really didn't have a single spare moment to work on anything all day. And as I mentioned in my like final video of 2023, sorry, I'm just gonna keep moving the camera around. I have an intern this semester, which is super exciting, but also makes vlogging harder because I am doing a lot more with her. Like, we're looking to see how are we grading assessments and talking about how the students did and how like specific answers show their knowledge on specific standards and yada yada, stuff like that. So all of that being said, it's a lot more difficult to vlog in the afternoons and even in the mornings too, because I have to do all my vlogging before she gets there. But that's totally fine. We had a great afternoon. Let let me put the camera on a tripod. Okay, this will work. She and I had a wonderful afternoon. We just sat and we graded their test that they took today in language arts. So it was like the first time that we had taught through an entire like unit, not a unit. It's like unit 3, week 1, right? Like an entire week, which I don't teach like Monday to Friday is a week. It's like a 6-day cycle. Let's say that. It was the first time we got through a whole cycle of a standard while she was there. So she got to see like beginning to testing. So it was really fun to kind of show her how I graded, and we were just like reading the kids' responses. And I mean, if you've ever read kids writing, it's a hoot and a half, putting the grades in. So I think that went really well and was like a good experience for her. But I was just telling my friend, I have a friend who teaches in Alabama. She was asking me how things were going. I was like, you never realize, and so was my coworker this afternoon. And I told them both, you never realize how much you do until you explain everything you do to another person. And so I feel like I'm very tired after these first 2 weeks because she's been in observation mode. And so I've just been like, this is what you need to know about this kid. This is what you need to know about this kid. This is how I do my planning. This is where we get the templates for our planning, which are a lot of things that I've shared with you guys in vlogs, like how we do our planning. I haven't even started to touch the tip of the iceberg of like how I make slides for reading. She's just seen me teach with them. So it's like, every step we take, I have to explain, which is totally fine. And I'm trying to do my best to do that because I don't want her to feel like I have no idea what's happening here while she's doing her observing. And it's going to be like her starting to take over some of the teaching soon. And that's going to be the part that's most difficult for me, is the releasing things and saying, okay, I want you to do this. And I'm just going to watch. And that's going to be where it gets hard for me because I am a little bit of a control freak, but I also like really like help. I don't know. I think I'm going to really enjoy the process of like helping her and giving her feedback and saying, hey, what worked, what didn't, and stuff like that. So anyways, that was just like a long rant. I'm not excited right now because I just got, like I said, it's 5:45 and I just got home. I am a whole cup behind on my water intake. So I need to fill a whole 40-ounce cup and drink all of it because I'm that far behind on my water today. And the dishes are piled up in the sink and the laundry is piled up in the hamper. It's just, I heard something outside. It's just one of those nights where you got a lot of chores to get done because I didn't do chores yesterday because I was busy after school yesterday, and then there weren't dishes or laundry to do on Tuesday. So anyways, I've got to get started with those, and I think I'm gonna, oh my goodness, what in the world is wrong? And I think I'm going to edit part of this vlog too. What was I going to say? Y'all, just to put it into perspective, this box is still full of papers to grade. And I was grading all afternoon. So I'm like, wow. So I'm going to like get the dishes going, get the laundry going, maybe get a frozen pizza going. And then I'm going to sit in front of the TV and I'm going to grade because I got to get a little bit more grading going. Oh, and I'm really tired of talking. I'm going to be really honest. I'm tired of talking today. So I'm letting you go. I'm not even going to turn on music while I do those things. I don't even want to sing. Like, oh, I'm so tired. Oh. Do I have to do chores tonight? Yes. Yes, I do. I'm going to go do them. But I'm also going to eat a peanut butter cookie before I do the chores while I'm waiting on the pizza, I think. Because why not? This will motivate me, right? A peanut butter cookie. I'm doing it. Also, I forgot to share, look at how cute these shutters are. We just got them in from Home Depot. Instead of the ugly old blinds that used to, oh gosh, I'm dropping the thing. Instead of the ugly old blinds that used to be there. And we got some for over there, pardon the mess. It's because all of this was in this room that David's now like demoing. So, but we got them for there and for here, and I love them.
Cause baby, like, ooh, it's all another flower lay. The sun goes around the state. Can't wait for the long day.
I also never showed you the living room because we've rearranged the entire living room. So it looks different. It might not look different from here. Let me like turn the camera around. Okay, so first I hung this bird painting, which is from David's grandparents, in our entryway, and I love it. Let me zoom out so you can get the whole effect. I think it looks so nice there. Here it is with the light on. Isn't that pretty? We want to get stuff to go up here eventually, but not yet. Okay, then what used to be there is we used to have the TV and the TV stand right over here, and all the green couch was up against this wall and the blue couches were in the same spot. But we flipped it, so we moved the TV, and instead of it being here, it's now over here. And I love it because I think it's so much cozier. First off, the couches are closer to the TV because the walkway is right here, but it's no longer between. Like the walkway used to be here and the couches were way over here and the TV was way over here. So the couches were further from the TV. So I like that it's closer, and I love this like enclosure. Let me zoom out. This little like enclosed area that it creates. We're gonna get some art to put up here eventually because that is a big blank wall, but it looks really good. And I was just looking and I love like the view of the new shades from here into the kitchen. So I really like it. The good news is I finished swapping the dishes over. The oven is heating for my frozen pizza. And I started a load of laundry. I don't know if I'm gonna fold today or if I'm just gonna like try to get it all cycled through the laundry because it's already 6 o'clock. But I'm at least gonna get it cycled through the laundry. And my next task is gonna be to grade all of the papers that I've been working on. So I'm gonna see if I can find something on TV, like on HGTV or a Hallmark movie or something that I can put on in the background while I'm grading the rest of the papers that I brought home to grade, and I'll just have to enter them tomorrow. Can you tell I'm dragging? Thursdays are usually like, by Thursday I'm like, okay, I'm so dead. I'm so glad tomorrow's Friday. Anyways, we're making progress here, people. Making progress, folks.